Good afternoon. This is Team Bach Consulting Group, and today we will be discussing various technology assessments within three specific BI tool categories. The first category is databases, which Kathleen Mayer, myself, will be discussing. The second is ETL tools, which Wasim Saleh and Joshua Helton will be discussing. And finally, the third category is visualization and analytics tools, which will be discussed by Vik Chatterjee. So first off, we'll start off with the database assessment. So we compared 4 different database tools, including HeidiSQL, MySQL Workbench, Oracle SQL Developer, and Apache Cassandra. So first off, HeidiSQL is a really great tool because it has this various highlighting functionality. So when you're writing queries, each different action is defined in a different color, so you can really understand, what exactly is going on in line of code, as opposed to having 500 lines of code, which get all bunched together and are a lot less clear. Also, it's nice because you have various exporting functionalities. So more traditional products, you can only export a whole result set, and it's not usually formatted in the way you want. However, with HeidiSQL, you can do a selection of a certain number of rows and just copy those to the clipboard and then paste directly into Excel, which is a nice functionality. A couple disadvantage is that it's a proprietary software by HeidiSQL, and it's not one of the major vendors. So that's a concern for data security. Also, it's nice that it is open source in that they're constantly delivering its primary feature, the user-friendly design and more user-friendly features. But with that comes constant updates, which is kind of one of the disadvantages. It's constantly changing. You have to update all the time. They're always working through bugs. So next off is the MySQL Workbench, and the current version is 6.0, released in August 2013. What's nice about the MySQL Workbench is that its native support is with Microsoft SQL Server. So if you have, your Microsoft tool set already set up at your org, it's nice just to be able to use the Workbench because it works perfect with the Microsoft SQL Server. Also, it works well with ODBC databases, so it's nice those are already set up as well. And finally, it's Python scriptable. So whenever you need to create something offhand, you can just have a script that will go ahead and execute whenever you need it to do so. Some disadvantages that it is slow processing with larger amounts of data, and it's hard to kill queries that have already been executed. But yeah, the primary feature here, again, is just the compatibility with other Microsoft tools such as SQL Server and instance connections, which you can create. And then third, the Oracle SQL Developer. Again, the vendor is Oracle. The advantages are it has PL SQL programming for procedures, which means that this is really going to work well with your relational databases. And with that, it makes good use of hierarchical profiling and unit testing. Some disadvantages are that it does not support object relational databases, and so that might be an issue if your organization supports that kind of database. But again, the primary feature here is compatibility with the Microsoft tools, just like the Workbench, and also it has additional compatibility with IBM tools. And so the customers here are Hitachi Consulting, Deloitte. As you can see, the customers for Oracle SQL and MySQL Workbench, a little bit more of your traditional vendors who are kind of consuming that technology. And then finally, we have Apache Cassandra, which was produced by Apache. Latest version was released in March 2014, so just last month. Again, this is another open source tool, just like HeidiSQL. And because of that, you see a little bit less traditional customers. So the customers here are Reddit and Facebook, a lot more customer facing. The reason for that is that Apache Cassandra supports no SQL. So it's going to be, making better use of your denormalized customer information. Um, and one of the major disadvantages with Apache is that, it doesn't support your table joins or nested queries. So a reason for this is, that it is supporting the NoSQL. Um, and it also has limited extensibility with Hadoop. So it just is good for certain applications, not all applications, especially more traditional relational environments. However, their primary feature is their consistency and reliability with NoSQL. So it's really good for those customer-facing applications. And I'll go ahead and hand it off now to Wasim and Craig, who will be discussing ETL tools. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Wasim. Craig and I will be talking about 4 ETL tools. I'm going to talk about the first two. The first one is Pentaho. So Pentaho was founded in 2004 by Richard Delay, and the company name is Pentaho Corporation. The current version for it is 4.8.0, and it was released on November 2012. The advantages, first is it has a standalone Java engine that processes the job and task for moving data between many different databases and files. Second, it can schedule tasks. Third, it can run remote jobs on something called slave server on the machine. Also, the disadvantages about Pentaho is it's a relatively slow growth of customer base, and then second, the gap in specific capabilities. But the primary feature for Pentaho is that it has data quality feature from its own graphical user interface and more customized SQL queries and JavaScript and regular expression. One of the famous two businesses that uses Pentaho is Lufthansa and ExactTarget. The second tool I'm going to talk about is Talent. It's an open source software that provides integration, data management, enterprise integration, big data software and services. It was founded in 2006, and the software name is Talent Open Studio, and the current version is 5.4.1. So I'm going to talk about the advantages of Talent. First, it generates Java code which can run later on your server. Second, it has very good graphical user interface. And third, an Eclipse graphical development environment that enable easy data profiling and modeling. So also I'm going to talk about the disadvantages. It's relatively slow software, and it has a long implementation cycle. One of the primary features of it has something called drop and drag job design, and it has efficient reuse of completed work across the project and modules. So there is two businesses that uses a Talent. One of them are CGI and the second one is GE. And now we'll talk about two more ETL tools. Thank you.
Hello, this is Craig. I will be talking about the two other ETL tools, Centerprise and PowerCenter. Centerprise is owned by Astera Software and is currently version 6.0. The advantages include it being extremely easy to use. It is very powerful and extremely scalable. The powerfulness makes it go through millions of rows in minutes. The low total cost of ownership is something not really found in enterprise-based solutions. It also has excellent functionality within .NET environments. Centerprise does not have too many disadvantages. The only one I've found with it not being focused enough on automation features. The primary feature of the software is that it has an integrative development environment with drag and drop functionality, which is one of the reasons why it is so easy to use. Two of their customers currently are Bank of America and Wells Fargo. The other ETL tool I will talk about is PowerCenter by Informatica Corporation. The current version is 9.5 and it has several advantages. This is the largest and number one software for ETL, and it has the highest number of available resources. PowerCenter focuses on ETL and data integration and not just BI as a whole. They offer many e-learning opportunities to accelerate customer success, and the disadvantages are that multiple partnerships are currently degrading the technological value. The primary features that there is access to more types of data than any other solution on the market. You can access flat files, you can access data streams, any type of data you want to throw at it, whether it be mainframe, archaic formats. The current customers are Qualcomm and Samsung.
Hi, I'm Avik and I'm going to be talking about the different visualization tools. In our list of visualization tools, the first on the list is Tableau. The vendor for Tableau is Tableau Software. The tool name is Tableau 8.1. Tableau has the advantage of providing easy access and mobility to users on multiple devices like iPad, desktop, and mobile platform. It also allows for excellent interactive dashboard features. However, the excellent features of Tableau comes at a price, which is also its disadvantage. It is primarily used for making dashboards and geocoding to make use of excellent map features it provides. Different companies like Facebook and Progressive Insurance use Tableau software for their analytics and visualization. The next tool on our list is Spotfire. The vendor is TIBCO and the latest version is Spotfire 6.0. The advantage of using Spotfire is that it allows for the integration of softwares like R, SAS, MATLAB, etc. into it. The scripting of R and Python can also be done in Spotfire. However, it is difficult to manipulate maps in Spotfire. It is mainly used where in-memory analytics and visualization is required. Large corporations like FedEx and Delta Airlines make use of Spotfire for their visual analytics. Now we're going to talk about Gephi. It is owned by Gephi Consortium and the latest version is Gephi 0.9. The biggest advantage is that it is open source, which allows for more customization within the application. It also comes with limitations like not being good with cluster analysis. It has a primary focus of allowing users to really explore and understand graphs. Google has adopted Gephi for their Google Summer of Code program. The last visualization tool on our list is the tool called Visage. It is owned by Column 5. It is a cloud-based, user-friendly tool that allows users to create intuitive visualization on the web. However, it is not fully developed yet and still in its early stages. It allows users to transform reports into simple yet elegant visualizations. Enterprise clients currently use Visage for their visualization purposes. That concludes our technology assessment for different BI tools. We hope you liked it. Thank you.